Hey, it's Sam here, and this is the LuminKey LUMINO75. It's a unique 75% wireless aluminum keyboard featuring a two-tone design and integrated bulkhead structure for the case. Priced at $215 US, it comes in 5 color options, and I have the Panda Delight variant. Before I show you what's included in the carrying case, do subscribe if you haven't. Here is what's included in the carrying case. There's the user manual booklet for the keyboard, a 2-in-1 switch and keycap puller, a LuminKey branded screwdriver, a braided and coiled Type A to Type C cable, extra foam pieces, rubber feet and screws, an extra switch, the 2.4 GHz wireless dongle with extra gaskets, and the keyboard itself, which weighs just over 1.7 kilograms or 3.7 pounds due to the aluminum case. So for the design, the keyboard has a 75% 80 keys layout with this two-tone design separating the function row. It also has a screen on the top right corner, and it's displaying some information with an LED indicator light here. But besides displaying the time and date, it can also display an image or GIF and comes with 2 pre-saved on the screen, as you can see. The side profile looks like this with the cherry profile keycaps and these elegant ridges CNC'd into the sides. The front height is around 17mm and there is no logos whatsoever here. This two-tone design carries on to the back where the power on-off switch and the Type-C port is located. On the bottom, there is 4 rubber feet and a really nice and detailed cute panda on the weight in the middle. Carrying on to the lighting, the keyboard has per key RGB with 18 effects pre-programmed already. Here are a few I'm cycling through, and the RGB is pretty bright, it's just blocked by the keycaps. As for the customizability, the keyboard supports VIA, so you can remap all of the 4 layers and keys on the keyboard, add in macros or import existing ones, save and load different layouts for the keyboard, and configure the brightness, effects, and speed of the RGB lighting as well. On top of that, the keyboard supports the Image Custom tool where you can select any GIF or image you want on your computer and upload it to the screen on the keyboard here. This process takes a few minutes to load, and once it's done, it should look something like this. Overall, it looks pretty good and is quite sharp for a small screen in my opinion. Moving on to the components, the keycaps are cherry profile die-sub PBT with a thickness of 1.5mm. The color and sharpness of the print looks decent, and I like the addition of the functions printed on for ease of use. But to be honest, for the price, I was expecting better keycaps or at least provide double shot ones. As for the switches, the keyboard comes with the LuminKey Astro switches. It's a 5-pin linear switch with an actuation force of 45 grams, has a glittery top housing as you can see, and comes pre-lubed out of the box. From my testing, they feel really smooth with a kinda poppy sound signature. Extending the topic to the PCB, it's 5-pin hot swap with a south-facing layout. This means more switches will fit here without any issues. As for the stabilizers, they are plate mounted and come pre-lubed as well. I don't have any complaints as they don't rattle or ping when in use. Diving into the case and components inside, the case utilizes the bulkhead structure but only for the top section of the keyboard. And with this top case out, the screen has to be unplugged first for the plate and magnetic PCB to be taken out. Alright, the top case is just this piece with the small screen attached here, and it looks like this alongside the 4 bulkhead structures underneath. The bottom case has a piece of Poron foam to dampen the sound, the board for the screen with the pins and connectors, the magnetic pins in the middle that connect the PCB to the daughterboard, the bulkhead structure that holds the case together and it works like this, and some frost break mods with these white silicone and black rubber pieces scattered around the case. In addition to that, the other components are hidden under the weight with these 5 screws. So with the screws and weight removed, here are the 2 batteries which are 4400 mAh in total, and the magnetic daughterboard with the power on-off switch and Type-C port in the middle. The weight is actually these two pieces and are cut so precise that they go together and they look awesome in my opinion. Continuing to the plate and PCB. This is how the 5-pin hot swap PCB looks. It has Cal hot swap sockets on the back, the magnetic connector pins in the middle, the ribbon cable for the screen here, and the silicone gaskets on the sides for mounting the PCB. The plate is polycarbonate and is surprisingly quite flexible even with the switches and keycaps installed, as you can see. As for the mods, there is a lot included. There is a piece of 2mm EPDM foam that goes on the back of the PCB, an IXPE switch pad that goes on the top, a PET insulation film that layers on the switch pad, and a pre-cut Porum plate foam that goes on top like this. All of these mods go together with the plate and PCB and is gasket mounted to provide a solid but slightly bouncy typing feel. It's not too flexible because there isn't any flex cards here, and this is the sweet spot for gaming and typing in my opinion. Anyways, that was everything about the keyboard. Now please enjoy the typing sound test. Okay, here are my final thoughts on the LuminKey LUMINO75. After using and testing the keyboard, I'm genuinely impressed by how it sounds and feels. However, it's the small details in the design that truly sets this keyboard apart. The screen on the top right is a nice touch, and the unique bulkhead structure combined with the two-tone design is truly one of a kind. On top of that, the magnetic PCB along the wide range of mods and customization options make this keyboard a standout choice. Price-wise, I admit it's on the higher side, but I honestly believe it's well worth it. So if you're interested in the LuminKey LUMINO75, it will be linked in the description below for you. And that does it for this video. Thanks to LuminKey for the keyboard, and thank you for watching. Leave a like on the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, and remember to subscribe if you haven't. See you in the next one.